Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard the Halifax. Yeah, here on Saipan. Um, in my 1.59 dev server first impressions and also maybe one or two other videos, I talked about the rear gardener, and finally it seems like it works. You can shoot downwards as you should be able to in the first place. I haven't seen any official patch notes, but again, as long as it works, I don't care if there are patch notes or not. I guess it was some sort of hotfix. Yeah, why do I show you the Halifax? Well, um, sometimes it can result in rather funny results, and this plane actually does have a very good flight model in terms of user friendliness, so to say. It reacts really good for a 4-engine bomber. I mean, yeah, not everybody of you is a friend of bombers or 4-engine bombers, and a lot of people will say, "No, you're using it wrong." Yeah, but this is the Medal of War Thunder. Sadly, there is no proper way of using a heavy bomber instead of diving in. I mean, when you're climbing, you're wasting time, and it doesn't guarantee you anything. Also, what can you do when you're at altitude? The battle is already decided. What targets can you reliably bomb from altitude? There are no bombing targets here, and those carrier, even they move, and you have to be a really good pilot to lead the bomb drop from like 6,000, 7,000 meters. I mean, yeah, surely you can do it, but can you reliably do it? And also, can you hit it with so many bombs that it sinks? And then, is it worth it? It doesn't matter because we're in the Halifax, and it does have 15 bombs. I have the maximum bomb load, and I try to use it to its maximum. Now, the first 6 bombs are the small ones, the 500 pounders, and yeah, there is one thing I want to tell you. I hate AAA these days, and there is one little, I don't know if it's a bug or something, but one AAA hit often kills or damages. Yeah, that's the better part. Damages multiple engines with a single hit. It's always an oil leak. And when you're in the combat zone, you survive the first hit. It's not a direct problem. The problem is that you can't go back to base in time most of the time, and I find that pretty annoying, to be honest. But as you can see, the bombs work rather well. I like the bomb blast thing, so you have to focus on the light pillboxes, and even the small bombs often take, artillery and AAA emplacements with them when they are nearby. Yeah. Also, you can see it's really maneuverable and forgiving, and also the rudder and elevator, they are working properly together. I can't say that from every German plane, at least before the patch. Yeah, one issue that I find highly annoying is the reward you get for bombing. It's should it be higher? I can't tell you, because a lot of people say, well, if the reward for bombers get higher and higher, we will find more and more bomber spam. Sorry, might be true, yeah. But one of the reasons we have a lot of bombers lately is the TU4, and also what I've discovered is bombers are really hard to take down these days. I don't know if Gaijin has changed something drastically, but it feels like they are unkillable with regular ammunition. I found out in my experience so far that yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, come on. think I got his elevator. Yeah, by the way, I use also armor piercing on the 7.7s instead of APIT, because for some bizarre reason they work better. Don't ask me why, it is just how it is. So I'm rather generous with my bombs, so to say, even though they are the good ones. Oh, there is a light pillbox remaining. Well, I think I have to turn around. I hope we can hold on for long enough that the ships spawn the tanks on the beach and they then get or conquer the airfield. At least I hope so. And again, as you can see the good maneuverability. It almost flies like a medium bomber. And this is the point where I have to say I did my job, you know. I killed like half the points of the enemy team. And the problem is now it is waiting. Okay, I don't I'm not in immediate danger from AAA because every AAA is destroyed. I think it was worth dropping the bombs on it, and now it's waiting, circling over the yet enemy airfield. This is the part where I'd wish to get shot down because it just can spawn and get into the match again. And I'm thinking about it, going deliberately over the enemy or flying deliberately towards the enemy airfield to get shot down. It is against, you know, and this is a problem. This is against the self-keeping feeling, so to say, you know. I have to suicide to be effective, and I don't want this to be, you know. Nice elevator. I love good responding elevators. And there are Cirrus. Cirrus are not that much of a danger, but as you can see, J2M went head on with a B-25, and yeah, he had to pay the bill. Yeah, and this is where I'm readying up for gunship mode. Maybe you have noticed it, that my guns or a few of my guns jammed earlier, and yeah, I have to adjust my convergence. Oh, what? When? That was the one that I shot down. That I created as elevator. Speaking of which, look at my elevator. It's still working, but it's not responding. You know, I still can do adjustments with the keyboards. Currently, I'm keeping in the air with doing a curve and trimming with flaps. Yeah, again, another kind of art I developed in arcade when we had this problem, or when it was introduced with the problems of your elevator gets shut off, because bombers have a lot of lift, you know, and so they don't ram themselves into the ground, and you can drop your bombs again and again all over the place in arcade. You know, you reload. Look at this, a little bit of combat. The problem is the landing. Yeah, it is a real problem. Okay, again, I have to stay in the air for a very long time. Again, somehow I want to get shut down, but on the other hand, you know, I made 2/3 of the kills on my team, so yeah. And there the tanks go. They're capturing the airfield. And it's at this point when you wish you would have let some of those, yeah, uh, triple A's left standing, because now they would shoot at the enemy. And for some bizarre reason, my gunners are down. Both are dead. What a pity. And now the elevator is gone completely. Yeah, and now I'm a perfect target for the other zero. Ah, shot. What a shame. Yeah, but as you can see, I actually benefited a lot to the team. And when you say, yeah, bombers are a problem in the game, at this battle rating they are not that much of a problem. They are more or less annoying. The real problem begins with like the B-17 American bomber spam, and also nowadays the Tu-4 you might have seen on my second last video. Uh, bad, bad. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. That's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this live commentary. My speaking might not have been up to perfection, so to say. Yeah, I know it never is. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about if I should do this more often. And yeah, while we're here, let's have a quick look at the results. 2 kills, 15 ground units destroyed, just 86,000 silver lines, for 2 kills in a bomber, at with such a relatively bad self-defense capability. I mean, there are no 50 cals or cannons involved, and just 3,378 research points, for a win. That's, I think, this is also a point where Gaijin has to improve it, at least in my opinion. Yeah, but now finally, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, see you next time.